everybody. Man of Lawful.
Hey, Sandrock0083.
Yep. Check his YouTube channel out. Or don't.
Or don't. It's fine. It's all good.
Alright. We're here talking about The Batman. We saw this. We got to see that this was like our first movie coming back to theaters for the first time. We saw this on the big screen. The first movie we saw in like since the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last movie we saw before the pandemic hit.
Star Wars, right? Yeah, it was Star Wars.
Was it?
Yeah, had to be.
Did we see Star Wars in theaters?
Yeah.
Like, what was the last Star Wars movie we saw? Because I don't remember.
No.
Because we didn't see Rise of Skywalker in theaters.
The last one we saw together, I don't remember. No.
What, did you see Rise of Skywalker in theaters?
No. I saw it on Disney Plus.
I got the damn Blu-ray in there. The Blu-ray was the 4K.
That's the whole. Yeah. All right. You can't go 5 minutes without mentioning your 4K TV.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember what I got it on though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. But we're here. But we ain't talking about that. We're talking about the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First off, I want to say, fucking love this movie. Love this movie. Great movie. Best Batman ever. And I know, I saw a video that said like saying this was the best Batman ever isn't that hard because the last Batman we got was Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck was good as Batman. Wasn't given that good of a script though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have been a great Batman, but he was having personal troubles. He probably shouldn't have been in the movie, but he was trying. He tried. And I think he could have been a great Batman. So for me, saying that this Batman is the greatest Batman movie ever is not that big of a statement. Okay? I mean, it is a big statement, but it's not like, oh, that's an easy statement to make considering what we got before.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case for me. So this is the best Batman movie ever. Your thoughts?
As far as ever goes, I would say no, definitely not ever. But I had to give into nostalgia, and I would say that it would be Batman and Robin.
George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell.
George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun movie. When you go back and look at it, it's a fun movie.
Absolutely, the cast is great. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger just absolutely hamming it up.
Yeah.
It's like this serious, not serious movie. And it's good. It brings back a lot of good memories for me. So, and I think it was well acted and well directed, especially for its time.
Mm-hmm.
The script is what it is, and I think everyone just kind of made the most of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're talking about Batman and Robin,
yeah.
not the Batman.
Yeah. The Batman is absolutely a 5-star movie. Absolutely a 5-star movie for sure. But not greatest of all time.
Okay, so that's his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's break it down. Okay, this movie originally started out. It was originally going to be the Ben Affleck solo Batman movie, but a lot of stuff happened, and that whole thing fell through.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but they still wanted to make a solo Batman movie, so they decided to go this route. They cast Robert Pattinson, Edward Cullen from Twilight, and we all like sunk in our seats when we heard that Robert Pattinson was going to be in this movie playing Batman, and we were like, oh Jesus Christ, like a sparkly vampire is going to play Batman. Like,
absolutely 100%.
yeah.
I came into this movie 100% willing, wanting, ready, and able to write this movie off and write Robert Pattinson off
Yeah.
I purely went to see this movie to see Robert Pattinson fail. Period.
Yeah.
Hands down, I will not lie to you. What I got was possibly the best superhero movie, solo superhero movie, solo superhero movie that I have ever seen.
All right. All right.
And that is in no short part due to Robert Pattinson or Patterson.
I think it's Patterson.
All right, I'm gonna go use your channel. I'm gonna Robert Patterson's performance here was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. He dedicated himself to the role.
And I think that speaks to him as an actor. And I think he's outgrown that Twilight stigma.
Some people won't consider it stigma because some people like Twilight.
Yeah, I mean for those, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Twilight. I saw all the Twilights, and I did not like Robert Patterson in Twilight.
Yeah.
I did not think his performance was actually that good, but that's just me, and that's my opinion. But in this movie, he was fantastic. This movie was well directed, well written, well acted. From start to finish.
Can't even remember who the director is though.
Wow.
I can't remember who the director is.
Wow. You don't even have any notes.
No, man.
Wow.
This is we've done like a bunch of videos together. It's like I never have notes.
There's no notes. There's no script. This is real. This is off the rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great movie. I only have that one gripe with the movie as a whole, but it doesn't bring the movie down for me.
Yeah.
It did for a second, but the end brought it right back up. So it was close to being a 4.5-star movie, but the end is what brought it back around for sure.
Yeah. So okay, then we got Andy Serkis playing Alfred, which I didn't even know he was in this movie. That kind of caught me off left. I'm like, Andy Serkis, what?
Yep. I didn't even know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture.
Yeah.
you got it. Yeah. You love those moments. You love those moments of like, I didn't know it was gonna be in this. And this is great. It was a great moment.
It was cool. Yeah, like another one's like John Turturro playing Falcone.
Woo!
Like, didn't even see that coming.
Nope. Is his name even on the poster?
I don't even think so, dude. Like I don't even remember. It's like, and then him coming in playing Falcone, creepy as hell. Like just like he just had this air about him. Like he was just creepy all the time. Like what? Oof. And this is him coming off of fucking Transformers, where he was playing like a goofy, this goofy character.
Yes.
To go from that to this, it was like wow.
Yes, and his performance added to the overall tone of Batman.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that really put this movie over the top for me was the tone. Like, freaking yes! Finally, they got it. They got it right. It's like, and this is coming from me, and I like the original Justice League, but I do think the one problem with it was its tone. Its tone wasn't serious enough. They had.
You mean the Justice League that eventually became Zack Snyder's Justice League? Yeah, because because Zack Snyder had to leave the project because his sister had died, so he had to go leave to deal with that, and they brought in like Joss Whedon, who came in and changed a bunch of stuff, added in kind of like his kind of like half comedic, half serious thing he kind of does with it, but then it's like on the other half of that you got what Zack Snyder does, and then it was like it didn't fit. None of it fit, and you could look at that movie and be like, Joss Whedon did that.
Yep.
That's Zack Snyder. That's Joss Whedon. That's Zack Snyder. That's Joss Whedon. Careful, man.
Sorry.
And I think I watched a Nostalgia Critic video that they were talking about that, and they mentioned that, and they were like, yeah, it's like you can tell who did what.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it. Watching it felt like two different movies that were literally stitched together, and that's exactly what it was. But I liked it for what it was, but its tone wasn't what it needed to be, and the Snyder Cut absolutely changed. The Snyder Cut absolutely changed that, and made the movie tonally what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And this one, they got it right from Jump Street.
Yeah. Get back onto the Batman.
Yeah. And with the Batman, they got it right from Jump Street, and I hope it's indicative of what's to come.
Yeah, they are making a sequel.
Yeah,
they are making a sequel. Also on that note, I heard they're making a sequel to Joker.
Mm.
What do you think about that? Right quick. Because in my opinion, that movie does not need a sequel.
Yeah,
that movie wrapped up very nicely at the end of that. That should stay a one-off, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and I think that's what would set DC apart. Are these one-off movies?
Yeah,
they don't necessarily tie into
the
extended universe of DC, but they're nice little one-off movies, and DC just keeps trying so hard to be Marvel, with its extended universe, but it's just do you, man. It's just not everything's gonna hit, and that's okay, but just keep doing what you're doing and keep making the movies. If Batman is definitely the new benchmark, so just keep doing what Batman did. And I hate to say that, and now we're gonna start getting cookie cutter Batman movies, but just follow the formula is there.
Yeah,
but don't be afraid to make it your own.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so who else? We got Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman. She was great.
Absolutely
Catwoman.
Perfect. Yeah.
This is definitely, I think, like the beginning of Catwoman.
Now, instead of a new Joker movie, we should definitely get a new Catwoman movie that would establish her character in this Batman universe. Well, DC extended universe. It is. We just not just trash talked it, but instead of getting a new Joker movie, that's what we should get is a standalone Catwoman movie.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, like the last standalone Catwoman movie we got was Halle Berry as like oh boy, like what was that?
Yeah.
So they should try to fix that.
Yeah, they definitely wrote that movie with no plan in mind whatsoever for that movie, and it definitely just comes across like we just wrote this movie just kind of because we have no plans for this to go any further than what we're doing.
Yeah, but okay, so moving on, we got who else? Oh man, I don't know. Like the major cast. I don't know all the actors in the major cast. The guy that played Penguin, he did great. There is, and I heard that there is talks of a Penguin solo show, which I'm like, okay, that sounds good. The actor playing the Riddler, I don't know his name. Sorry. I'm assuming you're looking it up.
Yeah. Paul Dano.
Who's that? That's Penguin?
That's Riddler.
Paul Dano?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with him.
And you sure you don't know who played the Penguin?
I can't place his face, man. Is it somebody I should know?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
It's Colin Farrell.
That was Colin Farrell?
According to Google. Colin Farrell played the Penguin.
What? Are you serious?
There it is. It's right there.
Holy shit. Dude, that doesn't... Look,
Yeah.
the comparison picture, that doesn't even look like him.
Nope.
Oh, did he gain weight for that?
I don't know. Wow. And again, speaking of, I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture. Moment.
Yeah, we just found out Colin Farrell's in it. That's not his hairline.
No, but you know, actually,
He shaved it. He shaved his head.
That does look real. Yes, it does look like he shaved his head for this role.
He shaved his head and he gained weight. Holy crap. Well, fucking Colin Farrell giving a good performance as the Penguin.
Absolutely.
Didn't even realize that was him. He had to have gained weight, dude.
Yeah.
He had to have gained weight. That's crazy. Like Colin Farrell, good job, man. Good job.
It was a great movie from start to finish.
Yeah.
I've got nothing bad to say about it.
We're gonna try. Okay, now we're gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to keep this. We're gonna try to keep this quick because I think like my Matrix video went to like 43 minutes.
Oh yeah, yes it did. I saw it.
We're gonna try to go.
43 minutes.
We're gonna try to go under that.
Okay.
With this one, so we're gonna go through the movie, all the moments, and how we felt, and then we're gonna try to keep this under 43 minutes. Okay, the opening of the movie, like him stalking criminals, like talking about like I pick my targets carefully. It's like, oh man, that's great. Like this is him like being like just a creature of the night, like
coming out of the shadows, beating the shit out of teenagers,
coming out of the shadows, and they don't even know it's him yet. They don't even know it's him. Like he comes out the shadows, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" Like, dude, what's up? What's this? Halloween's over. I think that's what they said. Halloween's over. And then when he beats the shit out of that guy, they're like, "Oh shit, that's him." Like, who are you? I'm Vengeance. Which becomes like and then that becomes like a thing. That becomes like a kind of like a running gag through like the whole movie, where like they call him like I think Penguin one point calls him like Mr. Vengeance at one point.
Yeah.
And at the end, and they're asking one of the Riddler goons like, "Who are you?" He goes, "I'm Vengeance." It's like that set that whole thing up.
I think one of the Riddler goon at the end was the guy he saved from the teenagers. I got that actually pulled up right here. I got this set to the moment where he injects a green substance into its leg. Spoilers later in the movie.
Yeah, some people there are some people on the internet that are saying like that was Venom.
I mean,
like he injected venom into himself.
Unless it's Jello.
Yeah.
Unless it's lime Jello, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, I know. I watched looking at that a second time, and I was like looking at that, and I was like, that does look like Venom. Yeah. Okay. I was pulling it out. I'm gonna keep talking, and then it's like going through, like seeing him as Batman, trying to make a difference, and that's what he's doing. He's trying to make a difference in this whole movie, and then him interacting with Alfred in the Batcave, like almost like, yeah, you're here, you're the butler, and it's kind of like he doesn't. It's like at the beginning, kind of like feeling like, kind of getting that sense that he doesn't fully respect Alfred, kind of, and then like when Alfred almost dies, he's like, I've treated you badly and I shouldn't have done that. Like regretting how he treated Alfred earlier.
And that leads into, because what their relationship is when Bruce is an adult. And because of that, Um, and because of that, they created that this huge stark contrast between the two, and now we understand why he their relationship is what it is, and
Yeah.
why he feels the way he feels. Um, because he's literally the only family he has left,
Yep.
and he almost lost them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really put all that into perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is back like and like also he's like 2 years into this. He's fully focused on trying to be Batman. He doesn't care about being Bruce Wayne at this point. He thinks there is no value in being Bruce Wayne. Just be Batman. But Alfred's trying to
Yeah.
tell him you've got to be both.
Okay, that was the scene. I think yes, that was the guy. That was the guy he saved
Oh
in the
wow.
first scene, who
Okay.
joined up with Riddler. That's why he knew that I am vengeance line at the end.
Oh shit.
We're at 21 minutes already.
No, when the keyboard goes out, the battery's dying.
Seconds right there.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
Keep talking to the people, and I'm gonna go get the battery charger.
Oh, okay. What are we talking about? Alfred.
You go kind of like go through the scenes and what they were like how they made you feel and all that stuff.
Okay. I'll say next after that would be
Oh, talk about Riddler, like stalking that dude, the first murder.
oh yeah, first murder. Well, Riddler's murders in general obviously were premeditated, well thought out, meticulous. But it was the way he did it, the absolute pleasure and joy that he took in what he was doing. Um, that really kind of jumped out the most. Like he knew what was happening. He knew why he was doing it, and it stirred in him a joy that is really hard to explain. It's yeah, the old saying, um, if you love what you do, you never work. Um, yeah, and I think that's very true for him. Like it wasn't work for him. Um, yeah, and that dynamic between him and Batman, and Batman's getting beat up, and he's beaten, and he's sore, and he gets up, and he's sitting at the computer, and he's staring at it, and he's losing himself almost. Um, to his job, and the Riddler's out here dancing in the rain, um, almost, murdering people, with these elaborate traps like Saw. And I think that yeah, that was a fantastic contrast to draw between the two. We got our
Excuse me.
hero who's, you think he would, love his job. He's putting criminals behind bars, and he's saving the innocent. But in reality, he is a broken shell of a human being. And then we have the Riddler, who is just a normal guy, just a normal guy, going about his business, probably getting coffee at Starbucks, while the Batman's in his cave, staring over crime scene footage.
Damn.
And yeah,
Yeah, well, idiot doing this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm back. So who the first? So who gets? Did you talk about that? Who got murdered first?
No.
The senator. Was it the senator?
Yeah, I believe it's senator.
Yeah, gets murdered with a carpet pry tool. Like, just straight beaten to death with the damn thing. Then the duct tape. He puts the duct tape on him. I think the kid finds him.
Yeah.
The kid comes home, finds him, and they call the cops. They call in the detectives and everybody to check the scene over. But Riddler has left a note for the Batman. So Gordon, who is not commissioner by this point, he is still like he's a detective. I think he's a senior detective, but he's a detective. Gordon calls him in, and they don't want to let him in. They don't want to let Batman in because the Force, the majority of the Force, does not trust Batman at this point. Gordon's like the only one that trusts him. So they go in. So when he gets there, they're just like all the cops are just looking at him like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here? Like, we don't want you here." And then Gordon's like, "Let him in." And they gotta let him in, and it's like we're letting in freaks now. Like, what's going on? Shows him the paper. Shows the I think that's the commissioner, the fat guy. He's the commissioner. Shows it to him. He's like, he's involved in this. Immediately thinks that the Riddler and Batman are working together on this. I don't know how he gets to that conclusion because it kind of doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. I don't see how he could have gotten to that, but he doesn't trust Batman, so Batman's involved with this somehow. So it's like, and I like seeing that because we've never gotten that before in a Batman movie. I don't even think, not even in Batman Begins. Like, Batman Begins didn't even do that. Like, seeing the cops not like Batman, like not trusting him.
It was always prevalent in the series and video games that Batman and the police had this uneasy coexistence, but it was never in the movies because the movies just kind of focused on Batman and whoever he was fighting at the time.
Yeah, like Batman Begins, it was like because Batman Begins like focused more on Batman and the Scarecrow. Like, we never really got like interactions between Batman and the cops. We got a little bit of that in Dark Knight Rises, I think, where like that one guy wants to catch Batman, but that's kind of like that's it, But that was like But then by Batman Rises, that was like years into it, and like the Force, like the majority of the Force, like trusted Batman by that point. But here it's like the cops don't trust him. The only cop that trusts him is Gordon. So they let him in. They read the riddle. If I remember the riddle, it was what does a liar do when he's dead, or something like that. And the answer was like lie still. And I was like, I'm sitting there because I can usually do the Riddler riddles because I do it in the video games like all the time, and the Arkham series. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, I couldn't get it. I was like, lie still, that makes sense.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I didn't get it at all. In the theater sitting there, I was like, I can get it. Like, no, I didn't get it.
And that's what was cool about this movie, like the mystery of this movie. Like, you never saw what was coming. We sat there trying to figure it out. We sat through that whole entire movie, like trying to figure out what was gonna come next with the mystery, and couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. It was like I think like one point like was it like rat with wings? We were like, oh, that's a bat.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like it was like stool pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
There's like they're like oh wait, falcon has wings, and it was like oh man,
Yeah, because they got the Spanish wrong.
yeah, they got the Spanish wrong. It was like man, and then like okay, I get lost. I'm gonna get lost in my thoughts. Keep it moving. So then he figures out the riddle, and then there's more to it. And then they realize there's more to it.
Mm.
And then they go to the senator's car. It's like because he was missing a thumb.
Mm.
They find the thumb drive.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good. Yeah. And then they plug it in. All of his dirty laundry gets sent to the newspapers.
Mm.
And that's when you realize that's what this is about.
Mm.
This is about exposing all of the crookedness of the government in this movie. Like all their dirty secrets, their corruption, exposing all of it. And that's what it's about for the Riddler. But the Riddler is a psychopath. So he's going to do it the way he's going to do it, by killing a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Killing people that, in his mind, deserve to get killed because they're crooked.
And then there's that guy, like, come on, bro. You're getting high in a nightclub and you're literally spilling all the secrets.
Yeah.
She asks you one question and you spill everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've already been told there's someone targeting city officials.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go out alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you go out alone.
Yep. And you get caught. And by that point, he's tracked down Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
And Catwoman has her own agenda. Because she's trying to help her friend. God, what's her name? I forgot her name. Yeah, we should start making these videos when this stuff is more fresh in our heads.
Yeah, notes. Yeah,
notes. Like, so he starts. So he tracks her down. She's on her own agenda, trying to help her friend out. Ultimately, if you've seen the movie, you know what happens. Mm-hmm. By this point, you should have seen the movie. This movie's like a month old, and it's on streaming. You should have seen this movie by now. So we're going to mention all the spoilers from here on out. Like, her friend gets murdered by Falcone, because
that was
which was fucking brutal. You didn't even see it, but it was still fucking brutal.
Like, absolutely, it was. This movie, the twists and the turns and the guessing. At some point, this movie wanted you to just stop guessing and just sit back.
Yeah.
And
just sit back and enjoy the ride. Yeah. Enjoy the ride, man. Oh man, like,
yeah.
When she found that one dude, like near the end, and she was getting ready to kill him. Like, when I was watching it in theaters, I didn't realize it. Like, he had the scratch marks on his face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, I didn't think anything of it, and then I watched it again. I'm like, oh wait, he's got scratch marks on his face. She scratched him up like a cat. So she's like becoming throughout the movie, she's becoming more and more Catwoman throughout the movie, and then she ends it with the pun, "I got 9 lives," right before she kicks the dude off. I'm like, yeah, she's like straight up Catwoman,
and
now.
That's why she deserves a standalone movie. We don't need another Joker sequel. I really think that we kind of get a series of movies like Batman, maybe 2 Batmans, and then we'll get a standalone DC movie kind of tide us over until the next series, and then we'll have the next series, which should be what, the Flash should get like a series of movies, and then we'll get another standalone movie, and then the next series.
Yeah.
That would work best for DC.
Yeah. Yeah, not trying to do team up movies.
But
Really.
With Catwoman's appearance and her arc throughout the movie was fantastic because there was that romance, there was the Batman Catwoman
Yeah.
romance, and kind of watching that kind of bud and flower and then kind of wilt
Yeah.
at the same time. But again, they stuck to the source material. We knew it was gonna happen
Yeah.
already. But still, again, watching the actors portray that, and they had good on screen chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
which made it very believable. That you tell, okay, well, this is kind of a shit show of a life we got going here. Falcone is your dad,
Yeah.
and he probably killed your mom.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
killed your best friend, and you teamed up with a superhero to take down your dad,
Yeah.
and you may be falling in love with him, but you're a criminal. He's not.
Yeah.
But there was still that maybe.
Yeah.
That maybe. But they stuck to the source material, and which I still think was a good choice. But
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, because Falcone, like it was like Selena Kyle being related to Falcone was like a thing they did in the comic books once. I think they only did it once though. I think they did it once and that was it. But it's like, but seeing that is like that's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Still pretty cool. Then okay, so let's see. Let's move it forward a couple of times. Move forward a few times here.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Wayne talking to Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
Again, John Turturro. Very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Very fucking creepy. Not once in this entire movie does he ever take his shades off.
Mm-hmm.
He is always wearing those shades, even at night. And I'm like, why are you wearing those damn shades all the time, dude?
Yeah.
Why?
Adds to the mystery, dude. Adds to the mystery.
It was crazy. Also, I want to point out, John Turturro is also in a show called Severance. That is pretty good. I haven't seen it. It's on Apple TV Plus, and I'm not giving Apple my money. No more. I'm not giving money to them anymore. But yeah, I hear that show's good. So you should check that out if you want to give Apple your money. But back to Batman. Now, I remember what were they? And I think in this scene it's revealed that Falcone knows Thomas Wayne. That they have history because Thomas Wayne saved Falcone's life when he got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they couldn't go to the hospital, so they went to Thomas Wayne, and Thomas Wayne, being a doctor, he's taken the Hippocratic oath, so he's gonna save a person's life if they're dying in front of them. He's gonna save them.
Mm-hmm.
So he saved Falcone, and that puts him in debt, and that leads to a whole other thing near the end of the movie. We're not gonna get to that yet. We're gonna get to it, and so the funeral. I think it said they were at the funeral for the senator.
Mm-hmm.
And the funeral gets crashed by the Riddler.
The dude. Well, he wasn't. No, he drove himself to the funeral.
Yeah.
And chose to crash through the front when
I think
could have easily not done that.
Yeah, I think he crashed to get attention because he has a bomb strapped to his neck.
True. Yeah.
Because you're not thinking straight when you have a bomb on your neck.
Right. Absolutely. Not trying to take away from the stress of the moment, but yeah. And that's when we get all we get the biggest chunks of information right there.
Yeah.
About how it really all ties in to Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And just knowing that it was just like it was just straight greed from everyone.
Yep.
Everyone wanted a piece of what he had, and but nobody wanted to do the work. Everyone wanted to prosper from the project, but nobody wanted to do the work except for Thomas Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment he died, it was a free for all, and they all got a piece of the money.
Yeah.
Setting up Falcone, setting up some other guy.
Maroni.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
Maroni.
Because he ran the drops.
Mm-hmm.
He ran the drops. Yeah. Set him up, got him arrested, took over his drops operation.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Thomas Wayne dying and all this money left behind, clean money. Everybody jumped in on that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn. Now, when they're talking, now going back to the funeral scene, when Batman, it's like Batman, this dude, the city official with the bomb on his neck, and Riddler on the phone. He's asking questions. The Riddler's asking questions like, you can save yourself, just answer the questions. Just answer the questions and give me the information. And Batman's there too, trying to get information because he's trying to solve this case too. So he's like, okay, answer the question. And then they get to that one question that he can't answer because he says if he answers it, they're going to kill me. Mm-hmm. I can't answer. I can't give you that information. Like, answer the question,
it's
man.
It's a bomb strapped to your chest, bro. You're gonna die regardless. I mean,
yeah.
But that was the point. It was the point was you can save yourself, not like you can save yourself from this bomb, but no, you can save yourself, your soul. You can come clean of this burden and get away from it. But in the end, he chose not to.
Yeah, I thought when he said like they're going to kill me and my family. I thought maybe he might have been talking about the Court of Owls because there was some talk on the internet about maybe there's some Court of Owls stuff in this movie. No, we didn't see it.
Bro, no. There may have been hints, but there were no definitive Court of Owl anything.
Yeah. I guess if we want to see some Court of Owls stuff, we're gonna have to wait till Gotham Knights comes out.
Now after that. We get the unveiling of two things: the drops operation, which is the drug of choice for this movie.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people are on drops.
And the new Batmobile. This.
Oh yeah, like that's way later. That's a little bit later though.
Only a little bit. I'm scrubbing through it right now. It's like the next scene after that when they get him and the guy blows up.
Oh no! Wait! Because we have to talk about like the guy blows up. He takes the bomb to the face.
Mm-hmm.
He's knocked out, and then he wakes up in the precinct, surrounded by a bunch of cops that want to take his mask off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and then there's that trust issue again. Like we gotta find out who this guy is. He's a nut job. We need to find out who he is. Like, yeah, let's just take his mask off. So the second the dude goes to take his mask off, Batman wakes up, punches that guy.
Straight punch that dude in the face.
And just like basically starts fighting the cops off. Like, and like, calm down. Gordon's like, calm down. Okay, everything's cool. Calm down. Mm-hmm. And then the second the guy goes for the mask again, he's like, back, no.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, everybody out. Gordon tells everybody, get out. I'm gonna fucking do this. Let me talk to him. And of course, like Gordon's his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon's not gonna like talk him into taking his mask off because he knows he won't.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells him like, hit me and run. Like punch me in the face, and run. Okay? He's like, all right. Bam. And he runs to the roof, like gets the wingsuit on, and jumps off the roof, and basically glides from the roof to the street. And they do this, and they did the thing with the camera on his head, so you can see that like people do on wingsuits in real life.
Yeah,
that was freaking awesome. I look at that, I'm like, I wonder how much of that is CG or green screen or something. And then he's just flying through the air. When you see him past the window, and you're like, yo, he's going very fast. Like, and he's not slowing down at all.
Yeah.
And he wipes out hard. And it's like, I think like everybody in the theater kind of giggled at that.
Yeah.
Because he wiped out pretty hard. He was like,
Yeah.
He wipes out pretty hard. And it's like, and then after that, we get what were you talking about?
Yep. Now we get the unveiling of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
he escapes the precinct. Catwoman.
Yeah. Penguin's handling the money. Penguin's handling the money. Catwoman knows about it, so she's going to go get the money. So like Batman gets there, they start fighting bad guys. Penguin's running away, and there's like Batman disappears for a few seconds. Like, wait, where's Batman? And then you start hearing the engine roar, and it's like, whoa, oh, and you're like, I'm sitting in the theater. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it. And he's like standing, and the Penguin's like standing there looking, like, whoa, what's that? Like, what is that? Like, vroom, vroom. Like, oh. If I remember correctly, the engine stalls a little bit.
Just for a hot second.
Yeah, the engine stalls, and then it comes back. Vroom, and it's like.
And the only reason they put that in is because it's he built this car himself.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah, Lucius Fox isn't in this movie yet.
So for him and most people who build their cars from scratch and build motors, it's when you start a car for the first time,
yeah,
you pray that it's going to work.
Yeah. Because
if something's not aligned right in the engine, it's not gonna fire, or it's gonna fire and then it's gonna turn off. And then you won't know what's wrong until you have to literally take the engine out, take it completely apart, and start over.
Yeah.
And they kind of threw that moment in there for, I guess, as a little nod to Gearheads. But that was a nice little touch. It was fantastic. And then he basically, literally just runs down the Penguin who's trying to get away in one of his cars.
Yeah, and it's like the chase scene between the Batmobile and Penguin is like just like amazing. I'm like, I think this is the only scene with the Batmobile.
The only scene with the Batmobile, yeah.
But it was fucking amazing.
Yep.
They put some time into that. They put the time into into this scene with the Batmobile. It was great.
And then obviously he catches the Penguin, and that's when they find out that
they got the Spanish wrong.
They got Spanish wrong, and that they were kind of technically looking in the wrong place for their answers.
Yeah, and he just so, and then they just leave him there. They just leave him like tied to the pole.
And he does get out, but he's like, who found him?
Yeah, I don't know. They never explained that. They never explained that one.
And we get the reconciliation between Bruce and
yeah.
Alfred.
Wait, no, wait. Before that,
I'm skipping a bit, but it's basically
the orphanage.
Yeah,
we figure out the orphanage connection.
Bruce, because of
we get like but in this scene we get a lot of information. A lot of information dumped.
A lot.
Because Martha Wayne before she was Martha Wayne, was Martha Arkham.
Mm-hmm.
She had mental instability or mental illness, if you want to say. She had mental illness. The Arkhams covered it up because they used Arkham. I think they because they were in control. They're in control of the asylum, so they're covering up. They covered it up. A reporter years later found out about it. Found out that this that Martha Wayne used to be Martha Arkham, and that her family covered this up. So he uncovered that, threatened to release it, threatened Thomas Wayne with it. We later find out. So Thomas Wayne didn't want that to come out. He was trying to protect his wife, and in a moment of weakness went to Falcone, who took care of it. We don't know what that means at this point, but I believe that reporter disappeared.
That reporter did disappear.
Yeah.
But it's just like Falcone said, but you can't trust anything Falcone said. And he said anything and everything he said it in such a way that you knew that you can't take what he just said at face value. No matter who he was talking to, he just had a way of speaking that was like, I don't know if you just lied to my face. And so when that happened, well, I forgot what we were talking about.
Okay, well you skipped ahead a little bit. We're at the
orphanage.
The orphanage.
Yeah, when he was like, your father came to me. He asked him, he begged, he pleaded with him, but he wouldn't do it. And I went and I spoke to him, and this was a guy that wouldn't listen to reason.
Yeah.
And so I did what had to be done. Falcone didn't speak to this man. I know it. He didn't do it. He went to when he knew exactly what he wanted to do, because he knew already what needed to be done.
Yeah.
Falcone is just the kind of guy who does what needs to be done. He doesn't mince words about it. He doesn't ask for permission. He just does it.
Yep.
And in this instance, I think when Thomas came to him, I think he knew what needed to happen, and he just did it.
Yep.
And when Bruce came to him, he just told him some spiel to spare his feelings, so that he wouldn't think of his father as a criminal.
Yeah. Also lying to his face, because it's later after that it is implicated that Falcone may have killed Thomas Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So basically talking to Bruce Wayne, trying to like divert the suspicion of Thomas Wayne's death off of him.
Right. Blaming it on Maroni.
Yeah.
Because he's blaming Maroni for the fact of knowing what Falcone did for Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne, now trying to become mayor, may be in the pocket of Falcone.
And Maroni doesn't want that.
So therefore, Maroni put out a hit on Thomas Wayne. So therefore, Maroni, the guy who's no longer here to defend himself, remember, was the guy who killed your father.
Yeah.
Not me, the guy who's here right now, but the guy who I secretly helped put away, who's not here to defend himself. It was him. He did it. Don't look any further. Case closed. We're buddies now. We're friends. Think of me as an uncle. If you need anything, come to me.
Basically, yeah.
And
then Alfred kind of clears that up later in the hospital. Like, no, dude, you can't trust Falcone. Falcone did it.
Yep. And then, like pretty much almost right after that.
Okay, but we got to talk about the bomb. We got to talk about the bomb that goes off.
Well, that's after the hospital.
After the orphanage, because
they found out about the orphanage.
Because he
talked to Falcone.
No, he talks. No, he
Talks
goes
to
he goes to the orphanage, finds out about the whole reporter thing, finds out the Riddler is targeting Bruce Wayne, sending a bomb to the house, and then so he goes in. So then he gets in the Batmobile, races towards the fucking house, calling on the phone like, okay, something's bad's about to happen, and the maid's like, it already has happened.
Yeah, we're too late. We tried to happen like a few minutes ago. Tried to call you.
Like, was like an hour ago? Yep. She said.
The freaking firefighters were still in the house.
Yeah.
You know, trying to put out little small fires.
Yeah.
And the way that this was like one of the best choices in cinematic storytelling was having the moments of Alfred opening the letter bomb.
Yeah.
And mixed in with the moments of Batman in the orphanage finding out about his family's connection to the orphanage.
Yeah.
And what happened with the renewal project and all the money.
Yeah.
And having all of that swim in his head and then having it click like, holy shit, I'm the target. He's telling me all this shit about my father because he's targeting me, because since my father's not here, he wants me to take responsibility. So holy shit, I need to get home, but it's too late. It was too late, and having those two scenes, because it gave you the hope, like, oh shit, he's right on time. But the moment he's like, it just happened. They play the scene where he opens the letter and it explodes. But even when it explodes, I'm like, Alfred's like the shit. Alfred's like this absolute badass.
Yeah.
He knew something was wrong. The split second, you can see in his face, like the split second before that bomb exploded.
Yeah,
he knew something was
wrong.
And I believe that's what saved him. He was able to toss the letter and get under the table. And that's what saved him from dying. But that allowed him to, one, be alive, and two, be able to clear up the confusion that Bruce talking to Falcone caused.
Yeah.
And
I love that when he shows up at the club as Bruce Wayne, he goes, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "Wait a minute, hold on." And then like the guy leaves, and then he comes back and like, "Told you, it's Bruce Wayne." Because like early, and then that's like calling back to like earlier in the movie, he went there as Batman.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who I am? And it's like, and then he had to punch the guy in the face and break his nose. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the same guy that answered the door again.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, that's great. That's great. And it's like, just, oh man, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember. Then there was like the whole part of the riddle where it's like bring him out into the light.
Mm-hmm. When
they finally get Falcone, like she's ready to kill him. Catwoman, we're skipping ahead a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Catwoman is ready to kill Falcone. Like, and Batman stops her. They arrest him. Gordon puts him in cuffs. Oh, wait, first but before we get to all that, I want to talk about that scene. The scene where it's like, it's completely dark. You got the guys with the guns, and then they start firing on Batman, and it's like the muzzle flashes light the scene of the bullets bouncing off the bat suit, and him just knocking dudes out.
Yes.
Amazing scene.
It's like, it feels very condensed in these moments, but the amount of action and character-driven storytelling that we get in between the hospital reconciliation and the end of the movie is like fantastic.
Yeah.
I almost felt overwhelmed. Like, just it got me like right to the edge of feeling overwhelmed with the amount of information that was kind of pouring in.
Yeah, because you're getting like so much information.
But it was just enough, like just enough.
Yeah.
They capture the Riddler. He gives up. Like,
at first Riddler shoots Falcone when they bring him to the spotlight, and then Penguin's out there basically announcing like, "I'm taking over your shit." Like, Falcone, I'm taking over your shit.
Yep.
Have fun in prison.
When it all comes out that Falcone set up Maroni, they're like, "Whoa, hold up!
They have the recording of him murdering Catwoman's best friend."
Yep.
And they put that on the news. Falcone's done at this point. Like, they got you committing murder. You're done. And I love that he looks at Penguin's like, oh, you're a big man now, Cobblepot. You're a big man now. And yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, and that was real. That was a real moment.
That was good
because Falcone knew he was done. He had no more power, and he knew that Cobblepot was probably going to take him out. That's exactly because Cobblepot told him like, "Yo, you're a rat. You're a stool pigeon. You took it. You worked with the cops to take out Falcone. Yo, you broke Maroni. You broke the number one rule. Next time we see you, you're dead. You're done. You're done in the criminal underworld of Gotham, bro.
Yeah,
there's nothing left for you." So when he got shot in handcuffs, like right there in front of everybody, that was like, that was, and then they think Riddler. They think Penguin did it. He's like, I didn't do it. I didn't shoot him. I didn't do it. And they're like, the shot came from up there. And they go up there. They see his fucking Riddler lair. Look, he was here the whole time. The whole time in front of the club, waiting for that exact moment, and waiting for it. That aha moment was just like, it was all leading up to that, to bring him to the light, bring Falcone to the light, so I can shoot him in the face.
Yeah, Falcone was the last one. Falcone was the last crooked person that Riddler had to take out for this.
And at some point, at this point, you kind of root for the Riddler. Like, okay, you're cleaning up the corruption. But then after they capture the Riddler, they uncover his true plan of absolute
because you think it's over.
I really thought the movie was over. I did too. Like, because that's how like superhero movies end. Like, in every superhero movie, when they catch the bad guy and the bad guy goes to jail, it's over. Yep.
You have like that one last scene where the superhero and the bad guy like talk to each other, and they're like just kind of like this is where you went wrong, and like this is where you went wrong, and like all this other stuff, and then they have that moment. But then it's like Riddler reveals like, wait a minute, no, and then when he said this isn't how it's supposed to be, we were going to be safe here, like we were going to. He's like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We were going to be safe here. Safe from what? And he's like, oh, you didn't figure it out yet.
Arkham is built on the high ground, and Gotham is actually built below sea level.
Yeah, slightly below sea level.
And so the Riddler set up a whole network of like-minded people who set up bombs along the seawall, and they blew the seawall. And that was just a precursor, just to get the population, including the mayor of Gotham, to the stadium, which was their disaster site.
Yeah.
And that was just to get everybody there so he could honestly have his people murder everyone in the stadium.
Yep. And like, didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming at all.
No. Left field completely.
Yeah, so Batman had to go back to the lair to figure all that out. He figured it out. He found the pry tool and like pried up the carpet and saw the map. And he's like, oh God. And then all the bombs go off.
It all comes back to the pry tool. Pry up the carpet where the master plan was. See, it all was one big giant circle. But of course, Batman prevails. He figures it out. Is able to
save the mayor.
Save the mayor barely. she does get shot. I mean, he
Okay,
got there just in time.
Okay, before we continue, you said you noticed a continuity error.
Yes, I believe I noticed a continuity error. Yes.
Yeah, when the mayor got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody about it.
I believe the mayor was shown to be shot in the abdomen. I will give you a timestamp here in just a second.
He's watching the movie on the phone like right now on the HBO Max app. We're keeping the audio off for copyright reasons, of course, because I am a shitty YouTuber and I do not have the money or lawyers to fight a copyright strike. Okay, give him a minute.
So, I'm in the scene right now. So I believe she was shot in the abdomen. She was shown to be shot in the abdomen, and then later she was shown to have been shot in the arm. Okay. So
yeah, she's like holding her arm.
Okay, so here it is. Right, this is when she is shot first, right here, and I think this is when she is shot in the abdomen. She's giving her speech, trying to calm everyone down, and then just when she notices the gunman, bang, shot, falls. Gordon comes through, drags her off stage.
I did notice that
right there, abdomen. She's holding her abdomen. Oh, nope. Okay, that's just me. Her arm was draped across her stomach, but then she made another motion towards her right shoulder, showing that she was shot in the shoulder.
Okay, so you were wrong about the continuity error.
Yep.
Okay. So we cleared that up. Then this is the scene. You get Batman fighting the people in the Titantron.
Yeah.
You get him using the smoke bomb for the first time.
Yeah.
Using stealth tactics to take dudes out.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a shotgun blast straight to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
The armor doesn't completely stop it.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get himself up. I think what like Selina's getting ready to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get himself up. He pulls out the vial. Jets himself, and it looks like Venom. When I watched it on the second time, I'm like, yeah, that does look like Venom. That does look like Venom. He injects himself, gets like hyped up, and jumps this dude and beats the hell out of him. And Gordon and Selina are looking at him, and Gordon's like, damn, dude. Gordon's trying to be like, and they had to pull him off. And they take the mask off the goon. He's like
the guy from before, and it's again that was that circle. We've gone full circle.
Yeah.
Did the criminals make Batman, or did Batman make the criminals? If Batman
that is a common theme throughout all Batman things. Like, is him being there making these criminals?
And but had he not been there, that guy probably would have been seriously hurt, if not dead.
Yeah.
So it's like this is how you show appreciation to Batman, by murdering innocent people.
Yeah, because that was Riddler's whole thing. Riddler, that was part of Riddler's thing.
There it is. And it's not only the vial, it's not only the fact that he had a vial of Venom ready to go.
Yeah.
2, there's a specially built port for the vial to fit into for the best possible injection of the Venom.
Yeah.
Already built into his suit.
Yeah. Which is like, so this was like a contingency plan.
Yes.
That he had ready to go.
It's like literally he's laying there on the ground, he can't get up, and he pops like a little gas cap on his suit and injects himself.
Yeah, it did look like a gas cap.
With high octane Venom.
Yeah. Like excuse me. What was I saying? He okay, then right after that they do the because you're at the part where he's beating the hell out of that guy. They take the mask off and they're like, who are you? I'm Vengeance. Oh yeah, because that's what I was saying. Like the Riddler's, because part of the Riddler's thing was that he believed that him and Batman were working together to stop this corruption. Because Riddler's inspiration for becoming the Riddler was Batman. He got inspired to do this because Batman was out there doing what he was doing.
Right. And again, if Batman wasn't there,
because he basically
would
said
there be
that.
no Riddler? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like that is a very good question. Because he basically says that when they were talking before the bombs go off, like I needed, like I'm not a strong guy. Like all my power is in my brain. I don't have any muscle. Like so I needed your help. Like you were my muscle.
And that's when it clicked for Batman too. Like holy shit, I did your bidding. I did everything you wanted me to do exactly when you wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
I thought I was in control, but you controlled me like a damn puppet. And then that makes Batman's hero moment after in the stadium where he almost sacrifices his life.
Yeah.
I really think if he wasn't hopped up on Venom, I don't think he would have survived.
Yeah, probably not.
But he literally willingly electrocuted himself.
To save all those people.
And then led them to safety with a freaking flare. Like those two cinematic moments right there alone are Oscar-worthy moments. You put those two moments in any one movie, and they're Oscar-worthy moments. But those two moments happen in the same movie, one right after the other. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know what I want to say at this point. I loved when like it's Batman walking through like the flooded city, trying to help people, just being there, just helping people.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like, hey, I'm Batman. It's like, holy shit, hey, I'm just grabbing people and just being. That's what that's the symbol that he was always trying to be. You know?
And then he's like, and then we get the voiceover talking about like I wanted to have an effect on the city, and I did. But not the effect that I wanted to have, because you kind of inspired some psychopath to kill a bunch of people. Like that's not what you want. That's not what he wanted.
No,
that's not what.
It's unfortunate, but he wasn't the only one. The only people Batman actually inspired were the villains, and he had to go out and seek and train other people to help fight in his fight in Gotham.
Yeah.
No other heroes like, hey Batman, let me come help you in Gotham. Everyone's like, yo, you're on your own in Gotham. People pop in and out of Metropolis all the time.
Yeah. But thinking this is like this is like a whole new universe. We don't know about like the outside of Gotham in this universe yet.
Right, yeah.
But I did like that that Catwoman said she was going to Bloodhaven. And that's like that's a reference to Nightwing, because Nightwing's place is Bloodhaven.
Right, we could be getting a Nightwing show.
No, we got Titans, man.
Well, that's like a Nightwing standalone.
It's set in this universe, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think DC's all in on Titans right now. You know they merged with Discovery. To get off topic a little bit here.
Yeah.
They merged with Discovery, and they canceled. They canceled 2 of the CW shows already.
Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow and Batwoman are canceled.
Yeah.
And they're canceling The Flash. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like season 9 of The Flash is the last season of The Flash.
These are not their intellectual properties, and they're spending a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
They're 3 DC properties that are licensed, and they gotta cost a pretty penny.
I guess, but they're keeping what I'm assuming here, they're keeping Superman and Lois, and they're keeping Naomi on the schedule.
Yes, You got that romantic, Superman show, and then you got a woman of color. Yeah, of course they're keeping that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got some things to say about that Naomi show for another video.
mm-hmm.
I gotta do a little bit more. I gotta do a little bit of research before I make that video.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not entirely happy with that show. That show is kind of season 1 of that show is kind of fucking it up a little bit, and I'm going to make that video as soon as I can. But getting back to the Batman here.
Mm.
But getting back to the Batman, it's like, and it's like the ending of this movie, because again, it's like you thought the movie was over when he caught the Riddler, but it wasn't, and it's like, oh, that's different. That's a little different for a superhero movie. This movie did not end in a neat little bow.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't neatly tie up this movie.
Yeah,
it was this movie ended messy, and it's like, wow, I've never seen a superhero movie do that.
It was again. Then that's the feeling you left the theater with.
Yeah,
and that's what set this movie apart from any other, and that's what makes this movie a 5-star movie.
Yeah,
like
they made a choice. Excuse me. They made a choice for a superhero movie that people don't make ever in superhero movies, and it was like, wow, okay, that's different. I wasn't expecting that.
Yep.
So I like that movie. 10 out of 10 for me.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, now let's move on. Like, what did you think of the design of the Batsuit?
I thought it was okay. It could have been better, but it's nothing to knock the movie as a whole over.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, because this is him 2 years in. 2 years in, he's clearly making his own stuff.
Yeah.
He's making his own stuff. He's not so. And I thought that was a cool touch, putting the bat symbol, like the bat symbol being the Batarang, and it comes out. That's a nice touch. Like, I remember, like, a lot of people speculating on that, like, what was up with the bat symbol, and then, like, I don't think anyone expected him from, like, take it out. Like, no one expected that. That was cool, but it's like, but I think it's like, he's 2 years in, he's making his own stuff. He clearly doesn't fully understand what he's doing when it comes to making stuff like that.
Yeah, it was very clear that it was just obviously just kind of some kind of bulletproof armor that he
modified.
Yeah.
So it's like,
sorry, no cell phones on set. I do apologize.
Yeah, all right. So it's like, yeah, it's a pretty. I'm thinking it's a pretty cool design. I've heard some people on the internet being like this is one guy, like, I follow on TikTok. He's a huge DC fan. I think his name's Panda Red or something like that, or Jimmy just Panda. I don't know, but he says he straight up hates the design of the Batsuit in that movie. Loves the movie. The design, didn't like it. Well, I'm like, yeah, okay, man, that's your opinion. That's your thing.
Yeah.
Because he later went on to say he likes the design. He likes the Batsuit designs that look like cloth, like
the original.
Like the original, like the Ben Affleck suit, like it looked like it was cloth. He said he hated that bat symbol. He hated that bat symbol, but the suit itself was a good design. That's what he liked. I'm like, yeah, all right, that okay.
Everyone's got their own preference,
Yeah, everybody's got their own preference, Yeah, it's a good movie. It was a good movie. A lot. I think a lot of people wanted a lot more Batmobile.
Yeah.
Than motorcycle.
I would have liked to have had it. Yeah.
But it's like, but then again, it's like if he made that thing himself, it's probably not 100% operational.
Right. Yeah.
So, That's cool. Um, the way they ended this movie, I am very excited to see like how this goes forward. How do you go on from the city having been flooded? How do you fix that? Like, how do you fix the flooded city?
Yeah, I mean that's gonna take some time, like years.
Yeah,
There's, but yeah.
yeah,
But now I would like to see Batman Beyond. I'm tired of seeing Batman origin stories.
yeah,
I think we get an on-screen adaptation of the end of Batman.
yeah. I think we might be getting a hint of that in the Flash movie because he's going to be doing because in the Flash movie he's going to be like going to different Earths,
Mm.
and that might be something he does.
Mm.
So it's kind of like because they're bringing back Michael Keaton for the Flash movie for Batman.
Mm.
So we might get something, and like that we might get like a Batman Beyond type thing in the Flash movie. The Flash movie is supposed to be coming out this year because they've done they did the list. They've done like the list of like stuff of like DC movies that are supposed to be coming out this year, and the Batman was the first one. We're supposed to be getting, we got the Batman. We're supposed to be getting a new Aquaman. We're supposed to be getting the Flash, and we're supposed to be getting Black Adam. I'm very excited to see Black Adam.
Yes, me as well. Anything The Rock's in, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I think we're getting. I'm not sure. I think we might be getting another Shazam. I'm not sure.
Well, it'll be okay. The first one was watchable.
It was good. I like the first movie. I like that first Shazam movie. Yeah, it was like DC's like third hit since they started making movies like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, we can make a whole video about that.
Yep.
Okay, where are we at? Did
1 hour 22 minutes. So we go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, we gotta get to the
God, Jesus Christ. We did not come in under 43 minutes.
No.
Like we tried to do.
No, we were at 37. When you were starting, we were at 37. We were still talking about the beginning of the movie.
Seriously?
So yeah, I was like,
Jesus.
yeah, okay. No, 40. We're not making it.
Yeah, we didn't make it. Oh God. Oh my God. The upload time of this video is gonna be insane.
You
Jesus.
have editing to do. You're not gonna edit.
I'm not gonna edit this movie.
I'm just gonna leave it all in there.
Yeah, I'm leaving all this in. This is all in. This is all staying in.
Sign out. Until next time.
Men of Lawful.
Sandrock 0083.
This was the Batman. This was us talking about the Batman. Two nerds talking about Batman. My next video, I'm going to put those Wolfenstein figures together from the board game I just got. I'm gonna put those together, and I'm gonna show them off on here. Man, see you guys later.